Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's Journey with the Free Spirit. So this week we're headed on to card number 11. 11, I want to mention, is a master number, and I know it to mean service. And so this is a really big week for us, I believe. And I really think this is mostly in service to ourselves. So we have justice. And I'm going to explain a little bit of what I found when I did my research. I credit this to Biddy Tarot. I think she's got fabulous descriptions of all the major arcana, all the cards in the tarot. So please check her out if you want more. But in this, we see this is actually a woman figure. Might be difficult to see that, but that's the intention with the artwork. And she's wearing a red robe is the first thing I want to mention, and that has to do with the root chakra. So it's very much about physical needs here on this earth. Anything from money, work, what we need to survive, having food, proper nutrition, nourishment of all kinds. So that's one piece. She is wrapped in green, which is the love of the heart chakra, and there is a purplish pink drape behind her, which means that's sort of the Kuan Yin energy, so it's all bathed in divine love. But there are pillars on either side, so it's a very balanced, this card is very much about the 3D world needs. And we can feel that there are constraints at some times. And I can see the value in that, in always reminding us that we don't live in this airy-fairy place. We have things to do here, responsibilities, and those columns remind us as very thick, solid, concrete fixtures in the image, remind us of those responsibilities. And additionally, she has a sword which is double-edged, so it is impartial, in her right hand, which represents the left brain. So that's about making decisions and really using the mind to get through life, and making discernments for yourself based on what the mind can gather. And then in the left hand, which represents the right brain, are the scales, which is about receptivity and tapping into the heart. And so that tells us that though with the mind we need to be impartial and we can make decisions and have victories and disappointments that come about as a result of those decisions, we need to approach those decisions through our intuition in the heart. And you'll see that the scales are balanced. And so with that knowledge in mind and coming from the heart, we can better make decisions that are based in love, which is that purplish drape behind her. A couple of other details. Again, there's a lot of symbology in here. You'll notice there is a square in her crown. And that just means that we're, making decisions from a very logical, well-ordered place, really considering all sides of something. But notice that it's placed right on her third eye. So again, we're not only in the mind here. The Justice card to some can really mean, being in the mind all the time. And I'm encouraging that no, that's actually not the case. It's the balance of the two, because that square is on her third eye, which represents our intuition center. And also see what her clasp is for her cape there. The green cape is a square with a circle in it. So again, everything, looking at things from multiple sides, but at the center of it all is our wholeness, which is represented by, the circular structure. And then she has one foot popping out here, and it's a white shoe. And it's interesting. It's just, for me, when I look at this, and Biddy had a little bit of a different interpretation, but what I'm getting with that is that we're always standing in our divine essence. White is the color really of the divine. It is really the purest color that there is, and we're always standing in that from a place of integrity. So that's a lot of background on that, and I want to show you the Doreen Virtue version of this card. And I want to acknowledge that I had shown this card earlier for another reading, because I was going by the numbers on the card. And it's interesting, she has the number 8, which actually aligns with the Strength card in the Major Arcana. So it's interesting, and the Strength card in Doreen's deck is the number 11. So I'm going with it here and showing you the justice. So the 8 energy also has quite a bit of play here. And so strength is coming in again this week. Whenever you're listening to this and doing this exercise, strength is a part of this. So you may want to go back and listen to that message as well. But the artwork is very similar, except there's now wings. And to me, it's questionable. It's kind of an androgynous figure. It's a little hard to tell if she did depict that as a woman, but in any case, so here we go. With all of this in mind, what I'd really love you to journal on this week is understanding that our decisions and actions here have consequences in our 3D world. That is the pillars that are surrounding us. And to realize that our perspective of how we choose to go about our daily practice matters. So with our ongoing search for truth, integrity is so important. It's really above all else. It's that white shoe coming out from under the cloak. It's always there, and it's our choice if we want to go there or not. So I really feel that now is a time of decision, perhaps in your life. So take a look at all the components of your life, and where do you need where do you need to make a decision in your life, and weigh things out between your head and your heart, because it's calling you to call both of those in. Perhaps you're in one place or the other, and you really need to allow an even balance there. Okay, so I will see you next week. Thank you.